President Biden threatening consequences before his big phone call with China's president today, warning the communist country against helping out Russia's invasion. But now that the call is over, the White House says President Biden did not make any specific requests of China, but instead laid out his assessment of the situation. Great.
President Biden wasn't making specific requests of China. Why not, and given the stakes here?
Because China has to make a decision for themselves about where they want to stand and how they want the history books to look at them and view their actions. That is a decision for President Xi and the Chinese to make.
Can you offer any explanation for why the U.S. still has concerns after this call?
Because we'll continue to watch until we see what actions they take or don't take.
Jesse, in scientific terms, that is called a garbage answer. I mean, are they not taking this seriously? There's a 2-hour phone call, and they didn't talk about how to influence Putin, but just make an assessment? What the hell is going on? I mean, what a waste of time.
I can't believe she said the Chinese have to decide.
Yes!
How they want the history books. China writes their own history books. It's not like a world history. Come on, Jen. That seems to be like the pressure point. That's what they say about Putin. That's what they say about Cuba. The history books, the history books. What about right now?
Yeah.
I don't know how well Joe did on that call, but I don't think he did very well. They give him notes, and he looks, and he's not a commanding presence, so that made me nervous. He has a pretty easy task. China screwed up. They hitched their wagon to a loser. There's no way Russia wins this thing. And China looks really bad now. And Xi is screwed. He put his prestige on the line for Putin. He's supposed to be this big statesman, right? This big, rising power. And now everyone's disgusted with his boy. They're disgusted with him. And he's going to try to, slowly back out of the jam that he's in. And he gets on the horn with Biden. Biden probably let him off the hook. He should have been much tougher. I'm sure he wasn't tough. I wasn't there, but I'm surmising he wasn't tough enough. You got to separate these two weasels, the Russians from the Chinese, and you do that with tough talk and threats, and you do it with, economic threats. And I don't think Biden played that card.
No, Dagan, we worry that, Russia is going to be tethered to China, but doesn't China need America and Europe more than it needs Russia? I mean, we buy so much from them. Russia doesn't buy much of anything.
China knows that we're suckers and we're soft. Not all Americans, but that we are dependent on their cheap imported goods. And the Wall Street Journal phrased it as, because this is not just China and Russia. This is China and Russia and India and even Saudi Arabia that is trying to move away from a Western-dominated world in terms of power, in terms of economic heft. I called it on your show on Monday, the rapid-fire realignment of world power. The Journal described it, the editorial page, as a union of nations that are hostile to democracy, economic freedom, and U.S. leadership. And even China is lining up with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia won't take Joe Biden's calls, but Saudi Arabia might agree to China paying for its oil in the yuan. China gets natural resources from Russia, period. And it will be a huge engine for China's growth. And in terms of our softness, we've run up our debt so much, 130% of debt to GDP. We don't have the money to take on China at this point. We're so soft that the Democrats in California are sending $400 checks to people to offset the high gas prices, and people who don't even have cars or drive get them. We're not able to stand and cut off supplies from China.
I would have done something. I'm sorry. I would have said, listen, Xi, or however you say his name, I would have said, you're not getting any more visas. No more Chinese are going to come to this country and steal our secrets and rip off our intellectual property. Yeah. And if you just supply arms to the Kremlin, that's what happens. Because that's their whole economy. That's the only way they survive.
What do you think, Jessica?
I think Jesse stole time from me and the judge. And
You'll get it back in the second half.
oh, I will get it
In the
back.
Hunter segment.
You'll get to talk all during Biden.
All right, this is more of the stealing. Okay, so from the readout that we got, it does say that President Biden described the implications and consequences if China provides material support to Russia. It also said that President Xi says that a war in Ukraine is in no one's interest. He supports peace, that this has developed to, quote, such a point that China doesn't want to see it. Now, he's still more Russia's friend than our friend, but that's pretty clear. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want it. But he says it's on the U.S. and NATO to broker this deal.
Wow.
So, but that makes sense.
He said that?
I should have read it.
He put that on us?
How dare he?
He put it on us
Let me
because.
see this. He said that? How
Are you
dare
kidding
he?
me? He said that because fundamentally for Putin, this is about Ukraine wanting to be part of our system and not part of Putin's system. So that seems like a pretty good call. I know you would have done better, but it seems good to me.
Done much better.
Judge, can we play alternate history if Trump was president?
First of all, let me say this. If Trump were president, we wouldn't have had that meeting where everybody just repeated their own talking points. This was nothing more than a face-to-face photo op. That's all it was. Biden got nothing out of it. He didn't get Xi to say, gee, you're right, Joe, I'm with you. I'm with you on all this. All they said, all China said was, look, you know, we don't like confrontation. We don't believe in war. But do they condemn Ukraine? Do they condemn Russia for attacking Ukraine? Absolutely not. And then they say China tells us, they make it very clear. They say China wants the U.S. to promise, and this is in the readout too, that there will be no conflict if they take Taiwan, which is their strategic objective. And that's a problem for us because 85% of our chips are made in Taiwan and we rely on them. So, you know, the Chinese are blaming us for Russia invading Ukraine, because and now it's Jessica's right that it's the United States and NATO that have to go to Putin and tell him to stop. And by the way, consequences, according to Joe Biden, to China is if they provide material support to Russia. What is material? Is it economic? Is it financial? And by the way, Joe, if you want to disconnect the United States from China, why don't you stop American companies that are going over there and manufacturing all kinds of American goods in China? Why don't you make it a negative for them to do that? Why are our medicines being made in China? Why don't you come up with something if you back America so that we can manufacture in the United States?
We haven't gotten answers as to why the Wuhan flu was unleashed on the world, and we still don't have answers about the origins.
All right, up next, Dr. Doom and Gloom is back. Fauci with a new warning on COVID lockdowns.